Welcome in to NFL Daily by Chat Sports. Tyler Jones here with you. Thanks for joining us. Coming up on today's show, we have the latest NFL news and rumors from around the league as we're talking about Marcus Peters as well as Quinnen Williams and Matt Ryan. We'll get into all of that and more coming up in just a matter of moments. Before we do, as we are turning the page on another chapter of the offseason, as we've gone from trades to free agency to the draft, and now these mini camps, of course, going on, and looking forward, of course, to training camp as well. What team has had the best offseason so far? Let me know what you think in the comments section, whether it's your favorite team or if it's one of the other 31 teams in the NFL besides your own team. Who do you think? Give me an honest assessment, honest answer. Who has had the best offseason in the National Football League? Tell me in the comment section. Let me know, and we'll get started with today's show. So, according to a new report from The Athletic, Marcus Peters is visiting the Las Vegas Raiders today and could sign with the said Las Vegas Raiders. Now, to kind of tell you about this situation of what's unfolded for Las Vegas, remember, they had a guy by the name of Rakusin who I thought was fantastic. I think that he's a very solid corner in this league, but ultimately they decided to move on. That left a hole at one of the starting corner positions for this team. So now they're looking to potentially bring in Marcus Peters, and it could be kind of a de facto trade of some sorts. Remember, Marcus Peters last played for the Baltimore Ravens, where he was at the last couple of seasons. Prior to that, played for the Rams as well as the Kansas City Chiefs, three-time Pro Bowler, NFL interceptions leader back in 2015. Marcus Peters has had a very solid career, but with the ACL injury that he had back in 2021 and with where he's at now, obviously Marcus Peters is on the downward spiral, but still not a bad player at all. Here is more from Raiders Wire on the possibility of Peters heading to Las Vegas. Peters is the type of cornerback that would fit in well in Patrick Graham's defense, and it would give the Raiders another viable outside corner. We will keep you updated on any information regarding his visit with the Raiders. So, same here. When we get more information of what's going on there, we'll let you know. But here's the deal I'm looking at when it comes to the Las Vegas Raiders. Rakusin, I think, was a better corner, and he was younger than Marcus Peters. They would have been better off, personally, if they would have just stuck it out with Rakusin and paid him to stay in Las Vegas. But if you can't have Rakusin, Marcus Peters isn't a bad player to bring in your department as well. And the thing about Marcus Peters throughout his entire career in the National Football League, and I know that there's been some character concerns at times. You've had the injury issues, of course, with him missing all of 2021. I get all of that. But what you can't take away from Marcus Peters is his ability to create turnovers. You go back to 2020 when he had 4 interceptions. 2019, he had 5 interceptions. Now, last year, he only had 1. But Marcus Peters, you get the good with the bad. Sure, there's going to be times where he gets beaten coverage, where guys go right past him. But there's going to be other times where he's creating those big impact turnover plays. And so if you're the Raiders, if you can get Marcus Peters for cheap, maybe be in a situation where he gets you a couple changes of possession your direction, then it could make sense if you're the Las Vegas Raiders. So let me know what you think. Should the Raiders sign Marcus Peters or not? This is our pinned comment today. You might get an ad break. If so, take advantage of it. Get your votes in. Y for yes, in for no. Should the Raiders sign Marcus Peters or not? Let me know what you think in the comment section. Y for yes, in for no. Tell me what you think. All right, Quinnen Williams. We have been following the situation with Quinnen for several weeks now as the back and forth, if you want to call it that, as his name has come up as far as a possible trade and his future being in question. And now things escalated a little bit, took a step further as Quinnen scrubbed the Jets off his social media amid these trade rumors. And I know what you're thinking. Like, are we really reading into what guys are doing with their social media? Yeah, we're going to go ahead and do that here. And here's a guy that we've known about for a long time, right? He was fantastic at Alabama, playing under Nick Saban. and now his transition to the National Football League. He's had a very good career. But when you look at where the Jets are at in taking this next step, do you want to pay him and keep him around, or would you rather just go ahead and spend that money elsewhere, save a few bucks, and go younger at that position and reload? Is he good enough for that next contract? That's the question that the Jets are asking, and most people tend to think that the Jets are likely to move on. So with that, what are some of Williams' top trade destinations? Well, what comes to mind right away, the Detroit Lions. The Lions have been so bad on defense. Last year, I know that they had the best season they've had in years, but that defense, to quote the great Mike, was cheeks last year. They were struggling mightily and gave up a lot of points throughout the season. They could use some help when it comes to that front seven. Las Vegas Raiders, much like with the Detroit Lions last year, struggled a lot. We're trying to find help in the pass rush. Williams could come in right away and be an instant impact player for this Raiders team. Got two more teams that could be possibilities here that we'll get to in a moment. Before we do, the NFL Draft in the books, and rookie jerseys are on sale now. Whether you want to rep Bryce Young or Anthony Richardson or C.J. Stroud, these jerseys are available for some of your favorite rookies. If you recall, on draft night, Roger Goodell was on stage and holding the jersey with these players and had a really cool moment, right? Well, now, those same jerseys that you saw on draft night, the number one, these collectible ones that maybe they're not necessarily going to be wearing, those jerseys are on sale. And we also still have the real numbers as well. So whether you want the collectible draft night jersey or you want the jersey that they're going to be wearing throughout the season, we have both options available for you now. Chatsports.com/NFL jersey is where you can find these rookie jerseys today while supplies last. Get yours now and have it right in time for football season. I know Mother's Day is over, but maybe you forgot to get mom a gift, or you're looking for dad a gift for Father's Day, which will be here soon. Here's your chance to get one now and support your favorite team in the process. Chatsports.com/NFL jersey. Next up is the Miami Dolphins. Now, interdivision trades are kind of rare and don't happen too often here. But we have seen the Miami Dolphins in the last year or two be aggressive when it comes to trades and moving on from draft capital, where that might make sense. This might be one of those exceptions where Miami could position themselves to make a deal and get a deal like this done potentially for Williams as far as that goes. And one more team for you, the Chicago Bears, also a possibility as well. The Bears, we've seen this team completely redo this roster, rework it from the beginning, right, here in 2023, and all the cash that they've had to spend. The Bears are still another year away from competing at a high level, potentially in the National Football League. I think you add this type of caliber player, this is another step towards that right direction and building that young core that the Chicago Bears want to do. So I'll put it this way. I think the Jets should pay Williams here, but clearly the priority, if you look at this New York Jets team, the organization, the way that they've operated, has shifted towards offense. Look at what the Jets did. Not just Aaron Rodgers, but when you talk about McCole Hardman and some of these other guys that the New York Jets brought in, the money was spent offensively and trying to come up with a high-powered machine offensively. Now, the Jets last year had a very good defense, and they were able to shut teams down all season long. But I would put it this way. As much as I would advise New York to pay Williams here, the direction that they've shown is opposite of that they've said, hey, look, we already believe in what we have defensively. Let's go ahead and invest in the offense. That seems to be the direction that they're going. How long will it last? That remains to be seen, but that's kind of the situation it seems right now, at least for New York. Where will our guy play this season? Where will Mr. Williams play in 2023? Let us know in the comments section. Is he back in New York or is he somewhere else? Tell us what you think in the comments section below. We're covering the NFL each and every day here on NFL Daily by Chat Sports. We do our live shows during the week, and during the season we have our Red Zone channel. We also are live with you for everything from the draft to free agency, trade deadline, and more. If you're looking for NFL content, we got you covered here on the channel each and every day with the latest happenings across the National Football League with all 32 teams right here on NFL Daily by Chat Sports. Subscribe now for free. Turn on notifications so you never miss a moment. YouTube.com/ChatSportsTV. Final note before we wrap up today, Matty Ice, Matt Ryan, he didn't use the word retirement, but he is joining CBS Sports as an analyst coming up this fall for their NFL coverage. And he kind of danced around all of that. Very curious to see how the TV thing goes for him. No surprise to see Matty Ice go that route. He's always been a well-spoken, knowledgeable guy. We'll see how the TV thing goes for him. But the question I have is, how long will it go? Is this temporary? Is he going to be getting a call to go to another team? Well, here's CBS Sports just with the announcement about Matt Ryan joining CBS as one of the NFL's marquee quarterbacks for the past 15 years. We're thrilled to add Matt to our talented roster of NFL analysts. He has played the game at the highest level, including winning an MVP, taking his team to the Super Bowl, and will bring a fresh perspective to CBS Sports. That's from Howard Bryant, one of the executive producers there from CBS. Now, I'll put it this way. I know that the TV thing we've seen, these guys maybe were tempted to make that comeback, like Tony Romo's name was still thrown out there for a long time when he went to CBS, and others have done that. I think with Matt Ryan, intentionally avoiding the word retirement and talking about that, his phone is going to be buzzing at some point in time. I mean, hell, Ben Roethlisberger's phone was buzzing at one point last year, and he obviously didn't have anything left in the tank. I don't know necessarily if Matt Ryan is going to come back, but I'll put it this way. Don't be surprised if we haven't seen the last of Matt Ryan in the National Football League. If he makes a comeback of some sorts, if a quarterback gets injured, whether it's in camp or in the regular season, obviously he still wants to play, and that's where his heart is still at. Now, say what you want about Matt Ryan. I mean, when he takes the football field, Matt Ryan does Matt Ryan things. He finds ways to screw it up in crunch time. We've seen that over the years. But even with that said, he's still a former MVP. He's taken a team to a Super Bowl. If you're looking for an emergency option, Matt Ryan might actually be one of the better options out there if you're a team in that situation. So we'll see. Not ruling out the possibility of Matt Ryan coming back. Chances Matt Ryan plays this season. Scale it for me 1 to 10. Not 28 to 3, but 1 to 10. Scale it for me in the comments section. The chances Matt Ryan plays for somebody this year in 2023. Let me know what you think in the comments section. Hit me up on social media, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Tyler Jones Live, talking about the National Football League there. And I shall see you next time right here on NFL Day.